the biggest GOAT of them all, the greatest of all time to ever play a sport, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know who's working out, who's training and prepping for their golf tournament, getting their golf swing right at Michael Jordan's private golf course.
Story. So it looked like Caitlin Clark has had a private meeting with none other than the GOAT himself, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Okay, so picture this. Caitlin Clark just played golf with Michael Jordan himself. Not at some public charity event, not at a Nike promo shoot, but at his ridiculously exclusive, invitation-only private club. And when I tell you the basketball world lost its mind, I mean it. This wasn't some planned photo op or media setup. This was a private round at Grove 23, Michael Jordan's personal golf sanctuary in Hobe Sound, Florida. The photos leaked, social media exploded, and suddenly everyone's got an opinion. Is this the ultimate career flex, or just off-season networking that people are totally overreacting to? Before we dive deeper, hit that comment section. What do you think? Is golfing with MJ the biggest you've made it moment of Caitlin's career, or just a casual meetup between two legends in the making? Now, let me break it down because most people have no idea how big this really is. Caitlin Clark wasn't at some celebrity charity tournament where anyone with a fat checkbook can show up. Nope. She was at Grove 23, a course so exclusive you can't even apply. Michael Jordan built it back in 2019 because he got tired of random people recognizing him and slowing down his game. So what did the GOAT do? He built his own private 18-hole championship course, complete with a luxury clubhouse, insane practice facilities, and yes, drones that deliver snacks mid-round. Because regular beverage carts, yeah, those are too mainstream for MJ. And here's the craziest part, there are no memberships. No waiting list, no applications. You play there only if Michael Jordan personally invites you. So when Caitlin Clark got that call, that wasn't just a golf round. That was a coronation.
Recently, she was on a golf course, but not just any golf course. These photos shared by a young lady who was on the golf course with Clark and wrote, "What a moment to get to hang out at the golf course with my favorite basketball player. She's as nice and humble as you can be. Hopefully one day we'll be playing with you." And you see, obviously, Caitlin there on that golf course. And that wasn't the only post about it. There was another account, I'm assuming her father, but he posted about it as well, that Caitlin and had herself a day. Brandon, with the same photo, played Grove, I don't know how it's said, and met the best female hooper in the game. That Grove golf course is Michael Jordan's golf course, which is apparently invite-only, exclusive.
And get this, the fact that Caitlin Clark, at just 23 years old, landed one of those golden tickets, that puts her in a league with billionaires, Hall of Fame legends, and entertainment royalty. This isn't just about courtside seats or a casual run-in with a celebrity. This is being welcomed into Michael Jordan's private sanctuary, a space so exclusive that even world champions can't just walk in. And that, right there, signals a completely different level of respect. This isn't hype. This is validation from the greatest competitor in sports history. Because let's be real, Michael Jordan doesn't do casual favors. He doesn't hand out invites because someone's trending online. If MJ called Caitlin to Grove 23, it's because he sees something truly rare, something that demands his attention. And knowing Jordan, the ultimate perfectionist who's selective to a fault about who he spends time with, that invitation isn't just a friendly gesture. It's a statement. No, scratch that, it's a declaration. Michael Jordan sees in Caitlin Clark what the rest of the world is just beginning to understand. She's not just part of the game's future, she is the future.
Let's take a look here. We got Caitlin Clark taking a photo here with the kid. And a kid actually got the Caitlin Clark's on, if you notice. Yeah. Got the CC's on. And what's the big deal? What's the big deal, KTV? Shout out to offseason Caitlin Clark source. The location, Michael Jordan's private golf course.
So the GOAT recognizes a future GOAT. Now let's get into the question that everyone immediately started asking. What in the world were they talking about? Sure, the official line is, oh, they were just playing golf. And yeah, technically that's true, but come on. Nobody believes Michael Jordan invited Caitlin Clark to his ultra-exclusive private course just to talk about club selection and putting form. Let's be real, these two were absolutely talking basketball. They had to be. The comparisons between Caitlin and MJ have been swirling since her college days, and they've only exploded during her WNBA run. The spotlight, the sold-out arenas, the record-breaking ratings, the brutal physical play from opponents who resent the hype, every bit of it mirrors Jordan's own rise. So when these two finally meet privately, no cameras, no PR handlers, the idea that they just chatted about golf swings and Florida weather, that's genuinely laughable. This was bigger than a friendly round. This was a passing of the torch moment, one legend quietly recognizing another who's on the same trajectory.
Caitlin Clark getting ready to light up the PGA little situation they got going on that she'll be playing in. It's going to be a record-breaking audience, as we know, as always with Caitlin Clark. It is a record.
What's even more insane is the timing of
all this. It happened during the off-season when most players are either grinding in the gym, traveling the world, or focusing on brand deals. But Caitlin, she's been unusually quiet on social media. So her sudden appearance at Michael Jordan's club was absolutely shocking when those photos dropped. She didn't tease it, didn't post about it afterward, someone else leaked the pictures. And then, true to form, the internet absolutely exploded. Reactions were wild, everything from pure hype to intense speculation about her career path. And seriously, Grove XXIII isn't just any golf course. Jordan personally worked with architects to design a clubhouse literally inspired by the flow of a golf swing. We're talking carbon fiber, glass walls, a luxury pro shop, multiple lounge areas, locker rooms that look like five-star hotel suites, and a central bar overlooking the course. Every single detail was hand-picked by Jordan himself. This wasn't some random club he bought. He built it from the ground up as his ultimate vision. And now, he invited Caitlin Clark to experience it. Social media, predictably, turned into a chaotic storm, revealing a lot about how people view Caitlin's career and legacy. Some fans cheered, calling it proof that she's reached an elite level beyond the WNBA. Others drew comparisons between her and Jordan, pointing out the intense physical play and criticism both faced during their rise. Of course, the Nike connection came up too, even though Jordan brand now operates as its own empire, which some people clearly didn't realize. One eagle-eyed fan even spotted someone in the photos wearing Caitlin's signature shoes. Talk about an organic brand moment, the kind that companies spend millions trying to manufacture. But here's the kicker. The most interesting reaction came from critics questioning why Caitlin was playing golf in the off-season instead of training. Honestly, that's hilarious. It completely misunderstands how elite athletes operate. Michael Jordan, the man himself, famously played golf constantly throughout his career, sometimes even right before massive playoff games. He's always treated golf as a mental reset and a competitive escape outside of basketball. If MJ believes golf is valuable enough to build his own private course, he's definitely not going to criticize Caitlin for spending one day on it. Plus, the networking and mentorship value of spending time with the greatest basketball player of all time, that easily outweighs any missed conditioning session. Now, let's get into the juicy part, the business implications. Michael Jordan isn't just a basketball legend. He's arguably the most successful athlete-turned-businessman in history. Jordan brand alone generates billions every year. His team ownership, investments, and cultural influence decades after retirement, it all stems from his ability to build a brand that transcends sports. So, if Jordan is genuinely taking an interest in Caitlin's career, it's a huge signal that he sees potential for her to reach similar levels of commercial and cultural impact. This isn't just about being a great basketball player. It's about being a phenomenon who reshapes the entire sports marketing landscape. The parallels between Caitlyn and Jordan go deeper than just playing style or competitiveness. It's about their cultural gravity. Jordan turned the NBA into a global powerhouse and redefined what it means to be an athlete. Caitlyn, in her own way, has done something similar for women's basketball, selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, and drawing in fans who never cared about the WNBA before. That connection is probably not lost on Jordan, and it's likely one of the main reasons he wanted to meet her privately, away from cameras, away from public dissection, just genuine respect between two generational figures. But what does this mean for everyone else in women's basketball? When the GOAT invites you to his private golf course, that's not just a casual hangout. It's a statement about your status in the sports world. It tells everyone you've reached a level where legends want to associate with you, that you're not just good, you matter. For Caitlyn's peers, that has to stir a mix of admiration and motivation. Everyone dreams of that kind of recognition, but very few ever get it. The photos themselves became a story because of how natural Caitlyn looked in that environment. She wasn't starstruck, she wasn't forcing it. She looked relaxed, confident, completely at ease. That kind of poise in a high-pressure, high-status setting, you can't fake that. It shows how self-assured she is and how well she understands her own place in basketball culture. She didn't just show up at Michael Jordan's club, she belonged there. So, what does this mean for the future? Is this just a one-time event or the start of something bigger, maybe a mentorship or even a partnership? If it's the latter, that changes everything. Jordan doesn't hand out his time or attention lightly. He's mentored only a few select players over the years. If Caitlyn becomes one of them, if he's truly invested in advising her on basketball, business, or fame, that's like unlocking a cheat code for long-term success. And let's be real, the business potential here is massive. Jordan Brand has signed a handful of women's basketball players, but not many. If Jordan himself decides to bring Caitlyn under the Jordan umbrella, not just Nike, that would be groundbreaking. A signature Jordan-Caitlyn Clark line, that would be historic both financially and symbolically, cementing her as the female counterpart to Jordan's legacy. Critics will, of course, downplay this. They'll say fans and media are overhyping a simple golf outing, but that misses the entire point. Symbolism matters in sports culture. When Michael Jordan invites you into his private world, it sends a message loud and clear. You've earned my respect. That's the kind of validation that changes how the world sees you. And in a league still fighting for mainstream recognition, this moment is monumental. Think about it, how many WNBA players have been personally invited by NBA legends into their inner circle? Not many. This isn't LeBron tweeting support or Steph giving a nice quote. This is Jordan, the most private, powerful figure in basketball, opening the door himself. And the fact that it happened quietly, without a PR campaign or Nike involvement, makes it even more meaningful. This wasn't orchestrated. It was genuine. When someone at Jordan's level chooses to spend their time with you, that speaks volumes. Now, looking ahead, Caitlyn still has to do her part, perform, dominate, and keep evolving. Meeting Jordan doesn't guarantee success, but it does open doors that few athletes ever get to walk through. And beyond Caitlyn herself, this moment is a positive sign for women's basketball as a whole. If Michael Jordan is paying attention to the WNBA enough to personally connect with one of its stars, that means the league has officially broken through into mainstream basketball consciousness. That's good for everyone. A rising tide lifts all boats. So, there you have it. Caitlyn Clark played golf with Michael Jordan at his ultra-exclusive Grove XXIII, and the basketball world still can't stop talking about it. If this breakdown got your brain buzzing, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments, is this the most impressive off-season move any WNBA player has ever pulled off?